January read Girlboss, and we are 1 month into the new year, so hopefully we are one book down towards our reading goal. And if you're new to the Paper and Glam Book Club, we are a community of women reading a book a month together, and we are now at 500 members, so that is so exciting. We have women reading in Ireland and Dubai and Greece and England and France and many other countries, Australia, New Zealand, that I could just go on, and it's just been so incredible to hear about the different countries that are represented in our book club. I'm just so overwhelmed by how many of you have latched onto this idea and are actively pursuing making reading a greater part of your life. So actually just dropped the stickers, but I was just going to say, for those of you that are planners, because a lot of us are planners, I made stickers that are free in my shop, which is linked below, that you can actually download and see our full reading schedule of what we're reading this year, and then a little book sticker for your planner. So that is the cliff notes of our little group. So let's jump into Girlboss. So my experience of reading Girlboss, I guess first we'll start with a softball, or softball question, I guess, which is how many stars would you give the book? And I gave this 3 stars, and my experience of reading this was Girlboss was fun and encouraging and light and funny at times, but it didn't necessarily cause me to rethink any of my personal choices or convictions, or didn't give me a fresh perspective, I would say more than anything, Girlboss is an encouraging manifesto. I wouldn't say it's, a business manual or a roadmap to success. I would say it's about half memoir, half just basic business advice, like don't give unsolicited feedback in an interview, which is a great piece of wisdom to impart. But it was really just a good, quick, fun read. It had a lot of really fun graphics that went along with each of the chapters, like money looks better on your feet, or excuse me, money looks better in the bank than on your feet, which I thought was great. Sophia is very practical. She's a straight shooter, and she's comfortable with who she is, and I love that. She is definitely a inspiration and a role model for someone that says, hey, you don't have to check all the boxes. You can work really hard at something you're passionate about and be just as successful as someone who went to college, as someone who has all the right connections, is the most likely to succeed, if you will. And I think that's a really important message. I don't think there is one roadmap to success. I think we'd all agree on that. And Sophia really brings that to light. And I think my favorite part of this book was that she really emphasizes, like, hey, if you're weird, if you don't really fit into your peer group, if you're not interested in the same things as your friends or the people around you, that's okay. Let your freak flag fly. You do you, essentially. And that's something that really has been a big part of my life. And my favorite quote, which was on page 143, if you have the book, I have it highlighted here in the top right hand corner. Yes, I highlighted in my books, I know. That's actually why I own so many books, because I love to highlight in my books and refer back to them. So she says, whenever I go to a fashion party, I feel like Lindsay Lohan in Mean Girls when she shows up to the Halloween party in a nightgown and buck teeth while everyone else is wearing lingerie and bunny ears. All of a sudden I revert to being an insecure 13-year-old. It's a high school outfit contest and I'd rather be working. So I think that line is kind of my life, and that has been my kind of mantra. It's like, I don't really get it. Like, this isn't that fun to me. I'd rather be reading. I'd rather be accomplishing something. I'd rather be learning something. I'd rather be growing. And that's definitely been something that I've fought. I can remember so many times being at parties and having fun and getting to a point, and it's like, okay, I'd rather be home reading. I'd rather be having some coffee and enjoying a good book. So I love that she really says, who you are today is not who you are going to be for the rest of your life. That who you are today has no bearing on who you're going to be tomorrow, unless you make it so. So she has incredible work ethic. She has a absolutely just groundbreaking eye for style. If you've ever watched any of her YouTube videos, and I'll link the Nasty Gal channel below, she really has just a really just a presence about her, like a vibe. Like she's very self-assured. She knows who she is, and at the same time she's humble too. So those are the things that I loved about the book. A few cons: I was a little bit disappointed with how rushed this book felt. It felt very thrown together and not super organized. It was a little bit stream of consciousness. For a type A linear-minded person, that was a little bit hard to follow and to kind of keep engaged with. So I was really disappointed with kind of more so a reflection of the editing team and the publishing team than Sophia. There was just certain points in the book, like she quotes Einstein, but she says, it's when she said her dad always says that insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. And she says like that was something her dad taught her, and that was one of her dad's quotes, and that's totally fine. My mom taught me a lot of things that are kind of famous quotes, and I'm sure your parents did too, but that kind of needed to be credited to Einstein, and a publishing team kind of, I would have expected to edit certain pieces a little better so that it kind of smoothed out a little bit of the rough edges that really is a big part of the editing process. So I really felt like there must have been a really big push to get this on the shelves, because this could have been a lot stronger. The other piece that was a little bit disappointing was at times it took on a bit of a like, I don't even know how to describe it, a bit of a blasé tone. It's hard to get past the beginning of the book where she says the first thing she sold on Nasty Gal is she shoplifted. And you know, that's fine if that's how your business started. You know, we all got to start somewhere, and I don't advocate shoplifting by any means, but that's part of her story, and I get that. But there's just certain parts of the book take on a bit of a blasé tone, and it's a little bit disappointing. I think her testimony would be stronger if it was a little more Drake. I started from the bottom, now I'm up, and a little less I had no idea what I'm doing, and you know, I'm still trying to figure it out, which is fine, but it just seems really blasé. There's a little, and it was hard for me as the overachiever, you know, straight A's, all AP classes, top 50 college, graduated with honors girl, to kind of resonate with some of the hitchhiking and the shoplifting and the just acting out of her childhood. And again, that is totally fine if that is a part of your story, but it took on a little bit of a tone like, look how bad I messed up, don't do that, but look, I still made it. And I feel like I'm not representing kind of the issue with the tone. If you read it, you'll know what I'm talking about. And sorry, I had to edit out my sneeze. Anyway, so yeah, this was a fun, fast read. I don't think it's something that I'll reread or something that I would necessarily be the first book I recommended to anyone, but it was a fun first read, and I'm glad that we got a chance to read it because it has been just absolutely blowing up since about last summer when it was published. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Girlboss. So I do kind of want to move into a little bit of some housekeeping. So I am so grateful for everyone that came out or tried to come out to the Google Hangout. It was so fun. We did get to chat for about 20 minutes, but we did have a major IT failure. And as an IT girl, I swear this happens every time we have a go live, as we call it in IT land. And we do like a pre-go live. We have, you know, go live checkpoints, and it all goes smoothly all through pre-model office. Everything goes great, and then it goes to go live and it just completely falls into a fiasco so many times. And so I was just like laughing because I did a test run of the Google Hangout the day before, to make sure everything worked great and it was, you know, gonna be what I thought it was, but something wasn't working with the invites and no one was getting the invites. So there's two types of Google Hangout. There's a Google Hangout on air, which is what I started to do and what I plan to do. And that is where we're talking about the book and everyone can watch it. And that is what I wanted to be doing. But for some reason, when you have to send someone a special invite to be a presenter, and the invites weren't working. So I didn't realize that I had to send separate invites. So that was my mistake. And I profusely apologize. I know that some of you took time out of your day to come and attend the Google Hangout, and I'm so grateful that you did. And I hope that the next one goes off without a hitch. So next month we are reading Not That Kind of Girl. So we are reading Lena Dunham's Not That Kind of Girl, and we are going to be having a Google Hangout on air, and that means that there's going to be about 8 to 10 of us talking about the book, and then everyone else can watch on YouTube or on Google. And it'll be saved to my YouTube channel. You can come back and watch it if you didn't make it, although I hope that you make the live chat, because then we can talk in the comments and kind of engage with each other a little bit deeper. So I really hope that you are able to join the live feed. But we are going to have some presenters, and I do need volunteers for, they're called presenters, but that sounds really official. So we're going to have, like I said, 8 girls talking about, or women talking about, Not That Kind of Girl. So the first person who volunteered, or I think I asked her, and she very graciously accepted, and that's Alexis from Miss Trenchcoat, or aka Miss Trenchcoat on YouTube. And she is an incredible woman, and you should absolutely watch her channel, so I will link her below as well. But she's going to be presenting with me. She makes some great planner content if you are a planner. And then Katrina and Tabitha from the Facebook group. They actually volunteered on the Facebook group, which was where I asked for others who might want to chat with me. So we have 4. So if you would like to be on the live chat, I would be honored. I hope that we get at least 4 more to discuss together. And just for full disclosure, that means you'll be seen and heard, and it'll be on YouTube to be watched after, just for those that missed it or want to go back and watch it. So I hope that doesn't intimidate any of you. It's really a blast. It's fun. We had a great time, and I think a really good discussion. Unfortunately, the beginning was really a lot of, why aren't the invites working? And we didn't realize that with a Google, or I didn't realize with a Google Hangout, it's a max of 10, and that would have been fine, but I didn't realize after that no one could watch. So I didn't realize that only 10 people could join the Hangout, and then that's it. I thought that everyone else could at least watch, and that's the difference between a Google Hangout on air and a Google Hangout. And so that was a learning experience for me. So 100% my fault. But I hope that we get it off the ground nice and easy on the next time. So if you would like to be a book chatter with me, just either shoot me an email or leave me a comment below. I'm hoping to reach out to a couple other vloggers. I'm thinking of Books and Junk. I hope you're watching this, because I would love to have you be a reviewer with me, and Alexis and Katrina and Tabitha. So yeah, I hope that your first month of reading went really well, and I'm excited for our next Google chat. That will be February 26th, and it is at 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern, and this is US time, of course. I am in the US, but I know a lot of you aren't. And I thought that it was so incredible that a couple of you even joined from time zones, like one was 2 a.m. and I felt absolutely horrible that the Google chat was not, or excuse me, the Google Hangout wasn't working. So trust me, no one took that harder than me, and I'm so sorry for that. So I know I got some emails and comments that you'd wish that it had stayed on YouTube, and I wish that had worked more than anyone, trust me. Ultimately, my hope is that the Google Hangouts will replace these videos. So instead of filming me talking about a book once a month, which has been fun, it'll be all of us talking together, and that will replace these kind of pre-recorded, if you will, book club videos, and then I can focus on getting some more planner content out there for you, because I know that there's a lot of requests that I haven't quite gotten up yet that I want to get to, that I'm really excited to film for you. So I think that is a wrap for our January book club. I hope that you're looking forward to reading Not That Kind of Girl. I already have my whole reading schedule all lined out, and I actually have a new way that I keep track of my reading in my planner. So the next video will be a planner video. It'll be February inside my planner, and if you're interested in seeing how I'm keeping track of my reading and staying accountable, I will be showing that in my next video. So yeah, if you are new to the group and you want to join us, we are so excited to have you. We're on Facebook, we are on GoodReads, and I will link those groups below. GoodReads, just as simple as following the link and clicking join, and same with Facebook. And I think there's 450 or 60 on GoodReads, and then there's, actually I'm not even sure, I want to say there's at least, I think about 300 in the Facebook group. So I would love to have you, and I hope that even if maybe you don't want to, you maybe have already read or are not as interested in some of the reads, I hope that you'll pick and choose and at least join us for a few this month, because it's been an incredible group, and I could not be more grateful for the accountability and encouragement and just great ideas that have come out of this group, and also some new friends that I am just really honored to have in my life. So with that, I will see you guys in my next planning video, which there's going to be a huge a huge giveaway. So just a little disclaimer there if you've been wanting to win an Erin Condren planner. So I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching.